Hello, it's Dr. Darnice. Welcome back into my salon and lifestyle channel. It's been a minute, but here I am back to talk about some things. I only post here sporadically, as I know. And part of the reason is, well, one, I have a full-time career as a professor, and I also have a coaching practice. So I have clients who I attend to and online courses and all that I offer. Um, And so, it means that I'm busy and then I get exhausted and all that, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about because my current coaching program is really geared towards Black women at midlife, mid-career, and other huge transformational moment. I'm Generation X, and many of us in this space right now are Generation X, so born between 1964 and 1979. 1964 to 1979. So many of us are, late 40s up to late 50s. And so for many of us as Black women, we're tired, we're exhausted. And I really want to know, I want to hear from you in the comments, like, where are you on this spectrum? Now I have a Facebook group and we talk about this all the time. And as I said, my coaching clients, that's a VIP kind of level of community where we get together. I'm the coach, and so there's a number of things that we're working on together. Basically, we're working on getting out of the hustle because we're tired. We have taken on this role of the strong Black woman all of our lives, really. And it's something that's been given to us, and we have been bearing it. And the women and the generation before us too, the baby boomers before us, Black women have always had this role of like, here's this burden, carry it and still go on as if you're not carrying this burden, right? And make it work. And Black women have been rising to the occasion to make stuff work, stuff that don't work. Black women are expected to make stuff work. I think about Stacey Abrams in this election season and how she just ran for governor and, lost her bid for the governorship of Georgia. But, just when Biden was running for president, we saw her basically turn Georgia from a red state to a purple state, not entirely blue, but getting there, right? And we're going to see what they do next. But people praised Stacey Abrams at that point, like, oh my gosh, right? And then people even had nerve to say, oh, you got to thank Black women. Black women save democracy. People are saying that right now as well. It's Black women who come out to vote for the Democrats. It's Black women who show up for the Democrats. It's Black women who show up in churches. It's Black women who are consistently workhorses. Okay, so at this point of us being, between 45 and 59, we just are like, we're tired and we're just not doing this no more. So I'm working with women and I'm accepting a few more applications of women who are serious about that. And when I say you're serious about it, like, I have to almost laugh even as I share this with you because it's a little bit personal. I mean, many a day I'm overscheduled. I'm overscheduled. And at this point, I wake up every day and I just want to throw the covers back over my head. Like, I can't face the day. It's too much. So recently I said, what can I start letting go from my schedule? I have to start just canceling things and saying no. But I inherited the work ethic. I inherited that. And that's how you knew you were smart, you were successful, you did everything you were supposed to do, you met the expectations of your grandparents and your parents, right? You did everything you were supposed to do right. And yes, you became successful, right? So here I am, a woman with a, bachelor's, master's, and PhD. I write books. There's my books. And we're on the hustle, on the grind, climbing the corporate ladder, in my case, climbing the ladder in academia. But then there becomes a point now where we have a luxury that our mothers didn't have and our grandmothers didn't have, which is to get off, stop the hustle and the grind. And so I'm working with women right now, professional Black women who are basically all over 45, who are like, I need some way of getting off this hustle, getting off the wheel, so I can reprioritize myself, my wellness. I can breathe, I can exhale, I can find some ease, I can enjoy some of that slow life that people are talking about now before I collapse, before I have a breakdown. Because many of us, like some of my clients, they have a breakdown of some kind, right? Like now we say, oh, it's a mental health crisis, or I need a mental health day, or, some people end up in the hospital over this, that, the other. They've got all kind of issues. And sometimes it can't even be diagnosed. Like, oh, I got these symptoms. The doctors don't even know what it is. Or, oh, my blood pressure is high. Now for women, heart disease and high blood pressure are at the top of our, cause of death. And that didn't used to be the case. And so I started this particular coaching program, as I said, as a VIP level, because it's a high level mindset that you have to come in with, meaning you are ready, willing, and able to change your life now. I'm calling it do life differently. Do life differently because we're exhausted. We have already done all the things. We're in the habit of doing all the things. Other people expect us to do all the things, to be the solution to their problems, because we've done it so well. We've done it so well. And we got, so many Black men. I'm not saying all, but a lot of Black men do not appreciate Black women, want to talk trash about Black women until they need one. Until they're looking at some circumstance in their lives, and then they call their grandmother, their mother, their auntie, their girlfriend, their wife to stand with them, to be there to scoop their bodies up out the street because they got shot by the police. And then it's like, oh, I need my mama. I need some. But on the day-to-day, some of these men, like on the internet, some of these men are not looking to protect us, right? So this is why I called this channel Black Women Deserve More, because I was seeing so much of that just coming for us. Like, we don't matter at all. Like, we just throw us by the wayside and go get you a woman of another race. Because they had all kind of problems with us. We're too strong. We're too, I don't even know. I don't even go down. We're too much for Black men, right? So for some of them. And they're out here just loud and wrong, just vocal about it. And so Black women, in the meantime, Black women are like, okay, well, I'll just keep doing me then, collecting these degrees, climbing the corporate ladder, buying my own house, going on my own vacations, whatnot. But all of that now, we're like, we're tired. We're not doing it no more. So I am in that place, and I'm going to take you on the journey with me. And so really, I want to know who is interested in doing life differently. Do life differently. Put that in the comments. Do life differently. Yes, I'm interested. Yes, I'm exhausted. Yes, I've been doing all the things. Yes, I've been overgiving, overperforming, because we were told we had to. We inherited that strong Black woman. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Well, one is a statement. See if you agree. I put it like this: the strong Black woman archetype is a double-edged sword. We get praised for being efficient, for being strong, right? We get praised for all that. White women are always like, oh, you're so strong, you can do all these things. Black men look to us because they just expect it. They might not appreciate, but they expect it. So what do you think about that? Strong Black woman archetype. It's a double-edged sword. We get praised for it, but at the same time, it doesn't really get us anything but more work thrown our way. Which leads me to the other one. Hard work is a trap for Black women. These might sound highly controversial, but it's where I am. Hard work has become a trap for Black women, because what do you get as a Black woman for being efficient and highly effective and proficient in your career or in your life, even if you're not really, climbing a ladder, but in your community, in your household? What do you get for that? You get more work. Now, some of us, I'm not going to act like, I'm haven't gotten some perks from that. I have in my career, right? And some people make, six figures, multi six figures, and beyond. But what do people expect from you? They expect you to keep doing more work, right? Like, you're so great, you're so strong, you're so efficient, you're so productive, you're so everything, that they just keep pushing more onto your plate, more onto your shoulders. And since you can't catch a break, you're exhausted, I think, if you're like me. So anyway, what do you think of those sayings? A strong Black woman archetype is a double-edged sword, and hard work is a trap for Black women. Now there's this thing called quiet quitting. The young people want to do quiet quitting, and I'm not really down for it. I mean, I'm of two minds. I mean, I certainly get it, because I'm kind of talking about that too. Like, pull up, we worked hard for long enough. But at the same time, I think quiet quitting is attached to privilege, because I don't see that working for Black people in general, and Black women in particular. I don't see us having enough privilege in the workspace that we can do quiet quitting and have it work for us at all. We already have been raised with the idea that you have to do more and be smarter and work harder and everything in order to even be even half as good. I mean, be considered half as good, right? We got to be better. We got to be 2 times, 3 times better and more qualified to get half as far. So to say that we would do quiet quitting, I don't think that's going to work. So I even asked my students in the university classes, because they're like, oh yeah, quiet quitting. And these are people, they're still in college. They don't even have no full-time job. I'm like, what are you even talking about? But I said, well, what do you think is going to happen in the workplace if you are a quiet quitter? Because this is the thing about young people too. I don't think they haven't thought it through. So I asked them, well, what do you want from a job? You are spending hours and hours and hours, 8 hours, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, year after year. What do you want from that exchange? You want a good paycheck. Okay, well, you make a decent paycheck. Okay. Other people around you are going to come in working hard because they want to be promoted. They want to rise in the company. And there you are doing the bare minimum. Quiet quitting is about doing the bare minimum, not finding your whole identity in work, which, okay, I get that part. But doing the least at work. And I said, so when you see these other people who are working, and maybe the 2 of y'all have been working there 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you see them rising and you're not rising, you're getting your paycheck, but you're not rising, you're not getting opportunities, because somebody saw that you were quiet quitting and that you were not really the most reliable, dependable person. You're not fit for the upper echelon. So I asked them, what do you want? When you're working like that, you're going to want what you see your colleagues get. You're going to feel like you've been left behind because other people are going to rise and you're not. Is that going to bother you, or are you going to be okay because you get your paycheck? So I asked them that because I want them to start thinking about that. And so anyway, back to my point about quiet quitting. I just don't think that works for Black people. You might think differently. Leave me a comment. But what I'm saying now, because when I talk about, my program for Black women, and what I'm asking, what I'm offering in the program is about reprioritizing our lives with our wellness at the center, and also doing our work lives differently. So, I'm all about creative entrepreneurship, and that's about to be my full-time gig. I'm gonna take you on that journey with me as I do transition. So I'm not saying to anybody of my clients quiet quitting. I'm saying apply your skills and your energy and your time towards the kind of work that you want now at this point in life. At this point in life, Have you reached a level where it can be more about what you want? Are you ready to walk away from your job? You want to create some of the creative entrepreneurship yourself? You want to start your own business? You want to do something that's more meaningful? Is there a way you can do it? If you're not going to leave your job, is there a way you can do it within your industry, within your field? Is there a way you can do that in a way that's more life-giving and where you get more rest and ease, where you can take a vacation, where you can live, where you can exhale? So in the program, I'm taking women through steps as we, first of all, reprioritize our lives so we have more balance, so we have more ease, so we can enjoy our lives more, right? Enjoy our lives more. And then think about work. What does work mean to me now? What does work mean to me now? Am I still trying to climb? Or am I trying to do it differently where I have more ease and grace? Am I trying to finally live into the dream that I always wanted? If you want to start your own business, if you're a creative type and you want to write or you want to paint or whatever it is you want to do, now is the time. Because if not, now when? We're only getting older. And that means, in many ways, people slow down. They have other issues pop up as they age. So right now, midlife, better get you some of this Black woman at midlife because it's magical. It's a little messy in the middle, but it's also magical in the middle. And we still have the energy to do stuff as long as we pull our energy back from other people who are just siphoning it away from us because we've gotten in the habit of overgiving and overperforming for them, solving other people's problems. So my program is really about helping us do that with, very strategically, with accountability, with really helping you get there, because you could have it in your mind like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah. But if you don't have any accountability, if you don't have a plan, it just easily goes by the wayside because every day your phone is ringing with somebody else who needs something. It could be that you have to take care of your aging parents right now, which is really what's going on for a lot of people in our age range. You got to take care of your aging parents. And then, many you have young adults, whether they're teenagers or, at college or something, you still got to be attentive to their need and financially taking care of them. Okay. So then you're in the middle between the aging parents and the, older teens that you got to still take care of. So what you doing for yourself? Come over here and let's get it. Do life differently. So, comment, that you want to find out more about the coaching program and how it can help you. So that would just mean we have a conversation and I see if I can even help you, because as I said, I got enough to do, but I would love to have the kind of women in the program with me who know that, yeah, it is time for me to do something else. I got to live life differently. I can't just keep, because you know what? It leads to resentment when you give and give and give and you feel like people don't appreciate and they just take you for granted. It leads to resentment, among other things, disease, resentment, exhaustion, burnout, getting up in the morning, like I said, and you don't even want to get out. You just put one foot out, go to the bathroom. This is honest to God, go to the bathroom and get back in the bed. Because the day's overscheduled, I'm overscheduled. And yes, my own fault. So I have to learn, release these things. And I have learned in such a way that I can lead a group of other women who want to do it. Because I'm like, I know where you are. I was there. I know. And here's what I've learned from that. Here, do it like this. Schedule your day like this. Establish some morning routines. Establish this. Establish that. Here's how you say no to people without it coming off like you're just like you don't care, or like you just can't be bothered. No, it doesn't need to come off like that. And how you can get other family members on board with helping you succeed in that way of taking care of yourself. It's about our self-care now. And how many of y'all are also menopausal? I hadn't even talked about that. When you're menopausal, also, that's just like somebody threw, dynamite into the whole situation. And then you're like, now I can't sleep. Now I'm hot. Now I'm this. Now I'm that. Now I'm irritable. And I don't appreciate getting older. Now my body is changing. All kinds of things are happening. All kinds of things are happening. For some people, they get mental fog, like they feel like they're not as sharp mentally as they used to be. Okay, well, come on, let's do something different. I got a whole program. I got a whole thing going. And I never want to come off as salesy, like I'm just trying to sell you my program, right? What I'm trying to do and impress upon you is there's another way, and I can help guide you through it, because I know there's a whole bunch of women in that situation who are just like, I'm burnt and I just don't know what I'm gonna do about it. Some women literally tell me, I don't know that there is anything else I can do about it, because I have my parents to take care of. I've got my teenager to take care of, or my child is going to school next year, to college. What I'm gonna do? I got to pay the tuition. I'm gonna do that. And I'm like, well, I got some ideas for you. Mm. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. This has gone on for a while, but do comment below about quiet quitting, what you think about that. Hard work being a trap for Black women, strong Black woman stereotype being a double-edged sword. And if you want some coaching, so you can get your life together, do it differently in a way that feeds you. That's what we're doing here. So, all right, I'm going to end it there, and bye for now.